Isaiah chapter 35. The wilderness and the dry land shall be glad. The desert shall rejoice and blossom. Like the crocus, it shall blossom abundantly and rejoice with joy and singing. The glory of Lebanon shall be given to it, the majesty of Carmel and Sharon. They shall see the glory of the Lord, the majesty of our God. Strengthen the weak hands and make firm the feeble knees. Say to those who are of fearful heart, be strong, do not fear. Here is your God. He will come with vengeance, with terrible recompense. He will come and save you. Then the eyes of the blind shall be opened, and the ears of the deaf unstopped. Then the lame shall leap like a deer, and the tongue of the speechless sing for joy. For waters shall break forth in the wilderness, and streams in the desert. The burning sand shall become a pool, and the thirsty ground springs of water. The haunt of jackals shall become a swamp. The grass shall become reeds and rushes. A highway shall be there, and it shall be called the Holy Way. The unclean shall not travel on it, but it shall be for God's people. No traveller, not even fools, shall go astray. No lion shall be there, nor shall any ravenous beast come upon it. They shall not be found there, but the redeemed shall walk there. And the ransomed of the Lord shall return, and come to Zion with singing. Everlasting joy shall be upon their heads. They shall obtain joy and gladness, and sorrow and sighing shall flee away.
Do you know, it's amazing how many songs have the word road in the title. I wonder how many songs you could name with road in a title. If you're competitive, you might want to pause just now and see how many you can write down, and you can let me know. There's a few that I could come up with just thinking about it for a few moments. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, King of the Road, Road to Nowhere, Hit the Road Jack, The Long and Winding Road, and we could also throw in Highway to Hell. These are just a few of the song titles that I could come up with in a very short space of time, and I'm sure you'll be able to come up with others. But you know, there's one song with road in the title that I hadn't come across until earlier this year. And it's a song by Elvis Presley called True Love Travels on a Gravel Road. I'm going to come back to that one in just a moment. It really shouldn't be a surprise to us that for a long time, roads and travelling have been used as metaphors for life. And we can see that in our Isaiah reading today. We can think about the uphill roads, referring to times of struggle, smooth roads when the tarmac has no potholes in it and we're rolling along quite comfortably. We can think about roads having twists and turns and obstacles that we need to navigate or overcome. Those of you who are familiar with the west coast of Scotland will have heard of the electric bray. It's in Ayrshire. For those of you who maybe haven't heard of it, it is an optical illusion where you think you're going uphill. But when you take your foot off the accelerator, instead of stopping or going backwards, you keep going up the hill. But it's an illusion. And you know, maybe that can represent the confusing and uncertain times of life. Our words in Isaiah today state, "A highway shall be there, and it shall be called the Holy Way. The unclean shall not travel on it, but it shall be for God's people. No traveller, not even fools, shall go astray. No lion shall be there, nor shall any ravenous beasts come up on it. As we reflect on this part of our Isaiah reading, I wonder how each of us feels about being called onto the highway of the holy way. It certainly makes me think about the holy way as a pilgrim's way, a sacred road. It also makes me think of highways which are usually relatively straight and smooth. But I'm not sure that is the road we travel in life or is even possible. Each of us is aware that our journey through life is never straightforward. God is aware of our uphill roads, our twists and turns, our optical illusions. So what is God saying through Isaiah about the road God offers? God is saying, my way is different. Come and join me on this holy way, a path that is pointing us to something certain, connecting us to something bigger. Isaiah is encouraging us to step onto this road, a road of assurance, a road of certainty and confidence with God. In this season of Advent, this is such an important message. Which takes me to the song I want to share with you by Elvis. He sings these wonderful words: "Love is a stranger, and hearts are in danger, all through streets paved with gold, for true love travels on a gravel road." The relationship we have with God is stronger because life is not lived on streets paved with gold. The ups and downs, the gravel, rough roads of life. It is in these moments where we work on our relationship with God, where we have to put in the time and energy, where we recognise these other roads in our life. But our love and belief of and in God is greater than all these other roads. We are called and challenged to keep our eyes on the holy way, even in the face of personal, community, and global challenges. For we are offered a relationship and way that is straight and true, right into the heart of God, and that love for each of us. This love of God is for all people, and this is where we need to remember that this text was written for a certain people, time and place, and it's important to recognise in our time and place, God is calling us to welcome all people onto the holy way, for God's love is for all, not just a few. It is not held for some and kept out of grasp of others. For too long, the world has been waiting for a sign that God is not in the business of exclusivity, that his love for humanity and creation is totally inclusive. It is because of this reason he came as Emmanuel, God with us, to show the depth and breadth of his love for all, not as a world that came to give away favours, as if only for those who hold a golden ticket. Advent reminds us that God holds no favourites. The gift of love, the holy way, and is a new start for everybody. We go through the hard and difficult times, but love stays true no matter how the wind blows. True love travels on a gravel road, a highway to God's love, true no matter who we are. Amen.
with gold. Oh, true love travels on a gravel road. Yeah, true love travels on a gravel road. True love travels.
There is a road ahead. This highway is called the road to inclusivity. Everyone should be allowed to go on that road. No one should be left behind. This road of inclusivity, the highway of the Lord of all, does not know the word normal, but welcomes on its holy way all of us in our imperfections and diversity. The road of the Lord is not only straight, but can be a mountain pass with hairpin turns and cliff edges. We all have the choice to stay where we are, safe and dry, or to act when fate cries out to us, inviting us up the mountain of inclusivity. The highway is clear enough in the foothills, but when I looked up to see the cloud covering the mountain top, making it hard to see the destination, I felt the temptation to stay put. Better the devil you know. All passage comes only through me. I heard the voice of God calling to my heart and my soul to go on the road to inclusivity. Plucking up my courage, I started the hard climb up the mountain of inclusivity, aware of the black ice, with dangers hidden and unexpected, for there are no safety barriers. Momentary lack of attention could cause me to slip the long downhill spiral. I could still turn around and go back, down to the base, to feel safe and dry once again, but to what and to who? I looked away from the base for one last time. Once again, my eyes pointed up towards the mountain top, and I started to climb, one step at a time, one act at a time, one commitment at a time. And without even realizing it, I had arrived at the summit of the mountain of inclusivity. After many tears and toils, I find there are other people around to welcome me with open arms, just as I am, just who I am. With the help and support of God's people around, I have come through the road to inclusivity and up the mountain of inclusivity. What I have done to go up was of my own choosing. There is something in my soul beyond my power to choose. There is something in my soul still beyond my understanding. I looked up to the God of the mountain of inclusivity and said, "Thank you."
Imagine a highway to heaven. No objects in our way. No traffic lights to stop us. No power to run out. No dangers experienced. Imagine peace, hope and love flourishing around us. Imagine mercy being spread over. Imagine hope springing eternal. Imagine a kingdom at peace with itself. Imagine singing and joy, laughter and mirth, music and art, worship and learning, making us wholesome. Imagine jumping for joy, sharing positive experiences, banishing evil, ending oppression, crying out that war is no more. Imagine. Pray for it. Do it. Live it. So be it. Amen.